So if you add the on guard, it makes 16 now. So yeah, you are correct. Um, yeah, I am glad that finally, um, Shatawale has been able to tap into the hearts of Jamaicans. Now I see a lot of Jamaicans who are showing a lot of love to Shatawale, and it has even trickled down to Stoneboy, which is a great thing. Because one person, one Ghanaian cannot do it. We need as many Ghanaians out there as possible. So right now, as I sit here, I pray that Stoneboy has also, made it to the Billboard, but we need as many now Ghanaians as possible. You feel me? Because Shatawale is not going to do music forever. So definitely, we need to prepare the next generation. We need these young boys to be able to also get on. Sometimes it upsets me when I see the music that Shatawale, Stoneboy, Sakori, the work ethic, the music they put out, how much energy and how much resources they put in their music. And I watch the young ones who are coming out. They barely put any, energy in their craft. And I think they have actually become lazy. I remember Stoneboy making a statement about how it would take the next generation 40 years before they could see an artist like himself and Shatawale. And at that time, I was very upset because I thought it was some sort of, jujua or some drobi no akoya or something like that. But I came to realize that he knows what it takes to get to that level where he's at. And he can he can analyze, look at these kids and realize that they don't have the same fortitude. They are not willing to sacrifice everything to get to where they are. You feel me? And I believe that the streaming platform has even made these young ones very lazy. Now, once they are clocking maybe $1,000 or $2,000 or $3,000, they are cool. At the end of the day, they find a small apartment where they can hang out with their friends, record. That's it. So they are just relying on the little money that they get from streaming platforms. But there's so much out there to achieve. Today I saw a post from, I think, Kwesi Arthur, and Kwesi Arthur was like, you know what? If Ghanaians are to come together, we can fill the O2. I'm like, what do we need to come together to fill the O2 for? This is not Olympics. We're in your Olympics where we need Ghanaians to form a team. Everyone has to do their own works. You can, yeah, go ahead and do collaborations. But the whole thing is that you need to work hard. You need to put out a lot of content. You need to build your fan base. You need to make sure that your music is across the whole continent. You feel me? But it seems like these young ones, they are very lazy. They get, a couple of hits and they move to the UK or the US, find a girlfriend, get married, and, get papers. And that's it. Then they take music as a hobby. Just look at how long Davido and Wizkid have been out. They've been out for a long time. They've been out for a long time. Wizkid, I think the first time I heard Wizkid was back in 2011 or 12. You feel me? So do the math. Do the math, man. They've been doing it for a long time, consistently putting out the best that they can. But it seems like when our people get the chance, nah, and then they start to make some small money from streamings, nah, that's it. Then they call it quits. They start acting lazy. They start being, complacency gets, you know, gets in the way, which is very sad. You know, Ramatu says that when a media house decided to play politics with artists, why would someone even think of pushing one person when we have a lot of them? That's it. You know, we need to push as many people as possible. But it seems like the media house have their favorites. They have the people that they feel like they need to project. They have the people that they feel like, okay, this person is doing the type of music that we want. This person obeys. This person is respectful. So let's put, but how, yo, music has nothing to do with respect. I mean, it's good to give respect and receive respect. But when it comes to music, you shouldn't make it personal. If you don't like the way someone behaves, if you don't like this, the way someone goes about doing things, just stick to the craft. As long as whatever the person is doing is not illegal. If what the person is doing is just his own character, try and separate the two. Separate the artist from his behavior. Because think about it, the artist is a brand. So push the brand and forget about how he behaves. But Ghanaians are so into how people act. So if you are a little bit arrogant or if you are too confident, they take it as you are arrogant and you are cocky, and they will do everything to bring you down. That is the reason we don't see as many Ghanaians on the platforms like um, the Grammys and some of the major platforms around the globe. We don't see as many Ghanaians because they only choose certain people that they feel is respectful enough to project them. So if you do that, guess what's gonna happen? Anytime that we meet Nigerians on in a category on a bigger stage, that you will see about 3 or 4 Nigerians. So the probability of one of them taking home the award is very high. You know, and I also think that Ghanaians love to be around each other too much. They don't feel comfortable outside of Ghana. They don't feel comfortable being at the top where they cannot see the next Ghanaian to compete with. They would rather be in Ghana and compete with, Ghanaians. That's just the problem. We even see it is not only musical. Living outside, right? I used to host events. And every time you host an event where you have other African countries like Liberians, Ivorians, and maybe Black Americans, you see that the Ghanaians will kind of withdraw from the crowd. They don't want to mess with anybody. They just want to stick to their own. We want to stick to our own, but guess what? We are hoping our music gets out there. How is our music going to get out there if we don't like to experiment? We don't like to, mingle with other people. Our music cannot make it out there if we are not willing to push our music and also to travel around and experience other places and listen to the type of music that moves people out there. So we have a lot of things to do, like the homework, your homework in the day, your homework here. You get me? Your homework here. And we have to be very intentional about everything that we do. Nigerians are very intentional. Nigerians don't mind coming to live out here for a year or two just to push their music, just to have build a fan base and then go back to their country. There's a guy called Kojo Black, right? Yeah, he's using the name Kojo, but I don't think he's Ghanaian. He rose with like a bunch of Nigerians, and they are living in Ghana. He wrote the song Lomo Lomo for Kitty, and now he has his own song out, which is making waves, called Excellent. So we Ghanaians have to understand that if we want our music and everything that we do to have impact on the whole world, to be able to, get out there where you see other foreigners listening to our music, then we have to forget about this whole Ghana there. This is our culture. We don't really, you can't do that. Gideon, yeah, I see you, bro. Tune, what's up? What's up? What's up? I just started not long ago. I think I've been talking for only 13 minutes, so you're not that late. Um, we like to stick to ourselves. We feel like there's this culture that but in Ghana we have some people who are very wild in Ghana. We think that we are very peaceful people, but when you come to Ghana we have some wild people, right? So I believe the only way we can expand and we can have our music grow on people outside of Ghana is by being intentional. If you got to go to Nigeria for maybe a year or two, or maybe 6 months, or be in and out, you got to do it. You feel me? You have to do it. We can't stick to ourselves and expect our music to make impact on the world. It's not gonna happen. I am very happy that we have been able to push on God on a billboard. You feel me? So this is a song that came out 2 years ago. And after the performance on Vibes Cartel's show, right? With the help of the Jamaicans and the help of some Ghanaian bloggers, now the song just hit the billboard. You feel me? This is a win for Ghana. I wish we had more Ghanaians, getting on a billboard so that we can spread our wings. You feel me? So that we can spread our wings because we have the talent. We can do it, but it's just a matter of understanding how showbiz work. We are not ready to do business. That's the problem. Because most of these artists, it is very sad, man, until now. Most of these artists, they get one hit, they get a visa to go live in the UK or the US, find a girl who will get marry them and give them a passport, and then they use music as a hobby. Think about it. Davido was out for how long? Davido, the first Omodam Duro, I think was like in 2011 or 10 or maybe 12. And think about it, this dude has been at it 12 years now. He's been going at it. So let's take away Samini Stone, or let's take away Samini Stoneboy, Sarkodie, Shatawali. Let's take these four out. All the musicians in Ghana who have been consistent. Tell me, out of all the musicians in Ghana, why not I am very consistent when it comes to putting music out there and trying to get on a level of Shatawalis and them? Not long ago, Asake came out. Asake is now one of the elites in the Nigerian music scene. You feel me? Or I shouldn't even say Nigerian music, in the African music scene. Asake is now filling stadiums, filling out, arenas and stuff. What are we doing? The same thing with our football. We dwelled so much on Asamoah. Every day Asamoah, every day Asamoah. We did not groom or prepare the next. All right. Kim Promise has been consistent. Yeah, I'll give it up to Kim Promise. I'll give it up to Kim Promise. He's been doing well. Yeah, he's been pushing. Kwame Eugene's been pushing. I think Kitty has been pushing, but it's just not enough because, Tune, answer this for me. How can the elders in the game work harder than the young ones? How can the elders in the game work harder than the younger ones? Shatawale puts more music out than any of these young guys. Stoneboy puts out and shoot better videos than any of these younger guys. Sarkodie does the same thing. So these young guys, they are just lazy. It is laziness. The streaming platforms were supposed to come out and liberate them from, give them the avenue to be able to shoot better videos, to be able to, do more. But it seems like the little change that they make from there, they take that money, get a small apartment, buy a car, and then they relax. And the next thing they find a girl living outside, marry them, and try and get papers. Someone like Kelvin Boy. Kelvin Boy had a banger, Down Flat. So after Down Flat, what happened? After Down Flat, if you have a huge banger like Down Flat, and all of a sudden you just disappeared. One of my boys is always saying that maybe if I in a draw, but I don't believe in that, man. I don't believe say anybody at two be a draw or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? It's all about hard work. I know say we have the spiritual side and all that, but then you yourself, you have to be serious. You have to have the work ethic. You have to, be. You are young. How many you haven't put out that many songs? Shatawale puts out how many songs a year? And you just came in the game not long ago. It hasn't been 10 years. and you are working less than the old folks in the game. If Shatawale and Stonebwoy is to retire right now, you would think that okay, the next generation will get a chance to, but then guess what? Our the performance will drop. Yes, the people who are up there like Kitty and them will now have more exposure than they are getting now, but the performance level will be very low because they will not be able to put out as much music as the three S's are giving out. You feel me? So it's a problem. It is a big problem. I don't know how we can change that, or better yet, we should just understand that that is our character. We just we get complacent once we get one or two hits, and then that's it. Then we should stop complaining and trying to compete with the Nigerians because there's no way we can keep up with the Nigerians with this attitude. There's no way. We just don't have it in us. Ghana for now, this is not us. We are not that type of person. Everywhere I have lived in our community, like African community, Ghanaian community, we just don't have the killer instinct. Like that's not us. That is our problem. You miss Vigo, no what I say. Nigerians don't mind coming to live in the place where he's the only Nigerian and he will survive. You get me? But Ghanaians, hey, or no, they feel scared. They feel like, oh man, I need to go home. I need to find a Ghanaian to live. No, but Nigerians, they go anywhere and they survive. They survive anywhere. Put them on anywhere on God's green earth, and they will survive. You get me? They will survive. So ask yourself, what is it about Ghanaians that hinders us from, moving on in anything? I remember when I lived in the States, every time we would go to the football pitch, right, to play football on Sundays and stuff, and Saturdays. Charlie, we will go stand there and talk, and we are the best, we are better than da, 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 da. And when there's a tournament, guess what? We get our asses handed up to us by Ivorians, Nigerians, and some of them. Once in a while, we will win. It seems like we do have the talent, but we don't know how to, work on the talent. You may have talent, but if you don't work hard, the person who works hard at it will always surpass you. Like that's just it. Talent is not enough. And one thing we need to understand is that in show business, it is not only about talent. If it was only about talent, then PDD wouldn't have made it far. But PDD has sold more albums than some of these rappers that we think are very good. But PDD sold albums rapping like the way he was rapping. So that means it's all about entertainment. Maybe if we are doing like mentor, or we are doing like a talent show, then we can come and say, oh, this person sings better, this person can dance. No, but when you enter the game and you are in it for money in show business, it is about how can you entertain the people. You get me? It's how can you entertain the people. And one thing that I've also realized that we don't hire the people with expertise. We just like to bring our homeboys around so they can just, yes man. Yeah, we need a yes man around. Always yes man. Very few of us have publicists, stylists, people who are real managers. Most of them just hire people who just, someone who has been hustling in the industry with no expertise in the in the entertainment industry. So let me read comments and then we'll get back on the topic. Please, if you want to join me on this conversation, you can go on MMTV, GH on MMTV space GH on Facebook. Then you can come on and share your 2 cents. All right, so American says that until the industry believe that Shatawale is a gateway to the international market. All right. Ramatu says that we have a lot of good artists in Ghana, but The business is our problem. How can you say you ban the biggest musician in Ghana? All right. Okay, so guys, the people who are on Facebook, I am also streaming on YouTube. Jebi the Mogul on YouTube. So whichever place you feel comfortable watching me, just stay there and contribute. Whether it's comments or you can come on live and just share your 2 cents. Welcome, bro. Avi. All right, I think the volume is turned down. Can you hear me? Bro, hello? I can't hear you. If you have your Bluetooth connected, that's probably the problem. I cannot hear you. Or maybe I have the blue. Hold on real quick. Can you hear me? Yeah, I can hear you now. Let me connect my Charlie, na moya there billboard na so. Moya there billboard na so. Um Hold on for a second, bro. Charlie, or a YouTuber, please make sure you subscribe to the channel. Yeah, bro. Yeah, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Oh, the hell. Yeah, can you hear me? What's it, Mekan? You can't hear me. What did I connect to? It's connected to. All right. All right. Say something.
Yeah, I can hear you now.
All right. Charlie, now me say, what are you guys doing on the bill?
I mean, sir, Billboard in there, we live there rent free.
Ehoye mufie.
Ọmọ bá kàdé na ọmọ bá ní ọmọ bẹ sira yẹ ọhọ ọmọ bá wá sílẹ̀ wá ní ọmọ bẹ sira yẹ ọmọ kọ.
So, bro, how do you feel about this whole thing? Like the Billboard entry,
man. This is on God. This is amazing.
Yeah,
this is amazing, man. I mean, impact, immediate impact. That's how you can tell. Say, it's not about how many platforms you've been on, but it's about being on the right platform. I don't know how to oh, because that's not how to say. Now, my dreams are all Jebi. I ain't know how to
you know,
so impact.
You know something?
My main share crowns on there. My main share.
Yeah.
Oh, me shaka my ghost. Me look at Kasayo.
Oh, Sriven.
Yes, straight.
So let me ask you: has Shatta said anything about? Has he come out publicly to say anything about this milestone, this entry? Has he said anything about it?
No, he hasn't spoken about anything since he's been back.
Anything? Okay. That whole thing.
The only thing he did was he posted a thank you to Vibes Cartel and Jamaica for showing him love. That was like in the very first couple of days when he landed.
So with this entry, he hasn't said anything publicly.
No. You hear class or Bekasa?
All right. So the publication about Stonebwoy saying like responding to like, is it true that Stonebwoy has said something like made some postings regarding the, you know, I mean not is it true that he came out to say that? So it is true.
Oh hell yeah.
You know, let's put all jokes aside, right? I don't know if it is settings, meaning every time Shatta Wale reaches a milestone or achieves something, I will make a comment about it so that when people are talking, they will include me in it. If that's not the case, if that's not the intention, but then he's very childish and he really has a problem that he needs to see a doctor. Because if Shatta Wale's song goes on Billboard and a fan base is talking about it, why should you come out to make any remarks? Why should I make you want to come out and state what you have been able to achieve? The way he's stating what he has been able to achieve, it's like those things that he achieved, it was back in the cave, like the days where they used to tell stories where it wasn't written. If I want to find out if Stonebwoy has won an award, I can find out. You don't need to come out to speak about it because you just heard that Shatta Wale entered the what you get what I'm saying. So I said,
bro,
he's being childish.
Let me tell you something. Some years back, Stonebwoy made a post about when he grows up, he wants to be like Bandana. When Shatta was shooting a music video, Stonebwoy was actually in Shatta Wale's music video doing exactly what Shatta Wale was doing. Shatta Wale had a stack of money, like a telephone, like he had it, and Stonebwoy was doing the same thing.
Oh, evidence.
Bro, what were you?
You get evidence.
Right. Yes, I have evidence. Don't let me do what I want to do for you. Let's keep talking. I'll show you.
All right.
Hey,
you know, all jokes aside, man, I don't know if it's his character, then he has a problem. But I think it is because I remember when the Grammys had written some article about Ghana music or high life or something like that, people that had made, had
yes.
And he came out to say something about that too. It's like then he wants to come out and be like, I deserve, like, I mean, how can you see, Charlie? I don't want to be stereotypical, but AI said what they say about A before then is true. Like, my brothers who are our people on this platform, I don't mean to be disrespectful or anything like that, but that's the stereotype that people say before I read, and what he's doing is definitely gonna make people make those type of comments because say Yamudia, just leave it as it is. Like, you don't have to come out. You can even hire someone, right? You can hire a publicist or a blogger to even bring it up.
Right.
What I say? Right. From the other side, people will not even know, say, you brought it up.
So guess what? His own fans are dragging him because of the post he made. He made two posts. 12 o'clock and 1 o'clock in the morning after Shatta Wale entered the billboards. And what happened was one of his fans, of course, being a fan, said, well, Stonebwoy has been there, and they listed the 5 times or 4 times he's been there. And then Stonebwoy reposted it and said something about it. Bro, anytime, and I saw you make a video where he was standing on stage performing, and then he was calling all of his achievement out. Bro, to be honest with you, have you ever seen Shatawale says, I'm this, I got this, telling me? It's not that the awards are not important, though. It's not that the accolades are not important. But Charlie, it's like, let people speak for you. It's about the business. Shatawale will talk about money. He likes money more than anything.
Yeah.
He wants the business part of the game. He doesn't care about the awards. Because at the end of the day, you get all the awards and then you're broke. You haven't built a legacy or an empire. You can't sell the awards. Nobody wants to buy it. It's your award. So it's like, and I'm looking for the evidence for you about Stonebwoy being in Shatawale's video holding the money up, because it has resurfaced again since this came up. It's like, let me tell you something. In Shatawale's heart, bro, I swear to you not, man. He has no ill will towards anybody. He likes to speak his mind. When you're not getting this, or so confront no cannot get show. Or yeah, or the next day he can sit down and eat with you. Because before
what's the worst thing Shatawale has ever said about Stonebwoy while he's angry?
Besides all Apache.
Was he angry?
Was Shatawale angry? He was angry about what Stonebwoy did. He felt like Stonebwoy went behind his back on stuff and got into had some higher people in positions to take away from something that he was also striving for.
Okay, I remember that.
Yeah, so he was angry and he blasted him and said that, dude, everybody thinks that you're a good person. Everybody think that you this goody two shoes, but I know who you are.
Yeah.
And Stonebwoy confirmed that Shatawale knows who he is on that radio interview. He said it.
You know,
he said, "So who I am."
Let me tell you something. I can't remember who said it, but apparently when Samini was reigning, right, and those two couldn't penetrate, you know, Stonebwoy left high grade before he blew up. When he had that song Pull Up, he wasn't on high grade.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, there's there's issues though.
No, Stonebwoy saw my patchy up.
No, they're patchy.
He said it on the interview.
Which interview that? Which interview is that?
The commercial interview. Yeah, he did a big speech about Samini and how he went to Samini's house and all that.
Look, yeah, but then I'm not even talking about the sound clash where he said that some, a sellout, calling Samini a sellout. Yeah. When he was on Samini's high grade, they had issues and they parted ways, right? So when they parted ways and he started fucking with Shatawale, right? So that whole plan to overthrow Samini, almost planning what I say. So in a way, I'm saying like it's not like they planned it. Like okay, Shatawale was on his way back, regardless. What I say, and he had his own strategies, right? But this is a conversation between them where Charlie Opana has to go. What I say?
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. So when he was messing with Shatawale, before Shatawale came back and blew up, right? They were cool.
So Shatawale said it on. You remember there's an interview where it was Stonebwoy and Shatawale. They were young back then, like it was so many years ago. And Stonebwoy was thanking people that's been influential in his life.
And he didn't mention
Shatawale's name.
No, he didn't mention Shatawale's name then because he was buzzing.
No, he wasn't buzzing. He was still coming up.
I'm saying he was buzzing. Like he didn't have a hit song. He didn't have a hit song, but he was buzzing, right? And he felt like, Charlie, we are both on this. See, let me tell you something. Stonebwoy and all, he was thinking far ahead on not the plans when it's him. I said, if I acknowledge that, what do you call it? Right now, Wale is coming back, right? I'm on the same show with him. If I acknowledge that on an extreme in the future, no, it will be used against him. When he wrote that, he wanted to be like Bandana. At that time, no, he didn't think Bandana was coming back. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, when someone has done some great things and they are no longer in the competition, you can give them their praise, right? You can praise them. You can give them their props. But the moment they are in the game, you don't want to give them their props. So how do you say that you want to be like Bandana, but then when you are on interview with him, you don't want to acknowledge the fact that you learned some things from him? Do you get me? And that was before he had a hit song.
I agree.
So that should tell you, say, oh no, he had thought far ahead that eventually Samini will be out of the way. Samini out of the way. Guess what happens? It's between them. You get me? Go ahead.
I mean, here's the video. The evidence of the name of the video is called "I Panda Money."
Okay.
You can also search for it on YouTube. It's called "I Panda Money" by Shatawale.
Okay.
My I Panda Money.
And